YouTube is quietly changing. The strategies that worked 5 years ago aren't driving growth anymore, and the biggest YouTube channels are already playing by a completely new set of rules. They've discovered ways to capture real audience questions, craft titles and thumbnails that stop scrolls, and hook viewers in the first 10 seconds of a video. In the next few minutes, I'll show you 4 moves you can copy today that multiply reach, protect retention, and turn videos into weeks of content. Let's start with brainstorming. A couple of things big channels love telling you. Niche down, listen to your audience, comments give you ideas, double down on what's already working, use the search function, and that advice does work if your channel is big enough. In other words, if you have the sample size, if you're getting thousands of comments per video, if your analytics show clear patterns across dozens of uploads. But if you're a smaller channel, you don't have enough data yet for those tactics to be reliable. And if you're waiting until you have enough data, you'll be waiting forever. So here's what big channels are doing but not always telling you. They're using AI to read their analytics, spot patterns in successful videos, and generate ideas based on what's actually working. In fact, YouTube is rolling out Ask Studio, a tool that does exactly this. But big channels have been using tools like this for months, and they are already ahead in knowing how to create the ideal prompt. The difference is simple. Bad prompts equals generic ideas. Good prompts equals ideas tailored to your channel. Now, here's my take. AI shouldn't write your script or pick your topics blindly. That's how you sound generic. I use AI as a thinking partner. It's not 100% correct, it never is, but it helps trigger my brain to find gaps I missed. It's like having an assistant who's great for the idea dump phase, but you still need to double check everything. The point is, start using this instead of relying purely on instinct and luck. You're not outsourcing creativity. You're expanding it. Go ahead, give this a try. Paste your last 5 video titles into ChatGPT and ask, what pattern do you see? You'll be surprised what it catches that you missed. Next up, templates. Big channels will tell you to create engaging hooks, design thumbnails that get clicks, write titles that generate curiosity, and maintain high audience retention. All very solid advice, but they don't tell you how. They don't explain what makes a hook engaging. They don't tell you that thumbnails are subjective and depend entirely on your audience. You copy a title that worked for someone else and it flops for you. You edit like crazy and your retention still drops off at 30 seconds. So here's what big channels are actually doing. They're templating everything. Every video becomes a test. Every upload generates data, and they are turning that data into repeatable systems. Let me break it down. Hooks. They look at the first 30 seconds of their last 10 videos. Which one had the highest retention? They study why. Was it a story, a bold claim, a visual payoff? Then they template that structure and use it again. Thumbnails. They check which thumbnail had the highest click-through rate in the first 24 hours. Then they template it. 90% identical to what worked, 10% different for the new topic. Same layout, same colors, same text placement, just a different angle. Titles. These follow patterns too. If I started an activity today, here's what I do. A beginner's guide to a topic. Big channels aren't reinventing the wheel. They're using proven formulas and tweaking one variable at a time. And the best part is titles and thumbnails are easy to reverse engineer from other creators into your own niche. Then we have retention. This one's about video structure. You start with a story, a problem, do you jump straight into the solution? Big channels test all 3 and double down on what keeps people watching past the first minute. And this is based on research. Data shows that if someone watches your first minute, there's a dramatically higher chance they'll watch to the end. So they create a collection of templates from their learnings. Hooks that work, thumbnail layouts that convert, title formulas that perform, and they reuse them at different angles. Here's what you can do today. Open Canva. Create 3 thumbnail templates based on videos in your niche that already have high views. Save them, reuse them. That's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do today. Build a title formula document. Scroll your YouTube home feed right now. Write down 10 titles that made you want to click. Look for the pattern. Is it a question, a promise, a curiosity gap? Start using that structure. Big channels don't guess. They identify what works and template it. You need to do the same. Alright, let's talk about repurposing. Big channels will tell you to keep posting. Pick a lane, shorts or long form, one channel for each, and stay consistent. Eventually, one of your videos will hit. But here's what they're actually doing now. They are repurposing everything. They're taking one long form video and turning it into 10 shorts. They are posting both formats on the same channel. They're cutting their YouTube videos into square formats and sharing them on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere their audience might be. They're using AI tools to do the heavy lifting. One upload becomes 15 pieces of content across multiple platforms. And they're doing it without filming anything new. Here's my take. I'm seeing more and more big YouTube channels showing up on other platforms, and most of them aren't creating original content for those platforms. They're repurposing old YouTube videos. YouTube is still their main platform, but repurposing lets them reach a bigger audience, test different demographics, and expand their reach beyond one algorithm, because you just can't rely on YouTube alone anymore. I used Opus Clip to take one long form video and turn it into 15 well-edited shorts ready to upload immediately. I posted them as YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks. Same content, different audiences, one video, multiple platforms, maximum reach. The point is this: repurposing isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. You have already done the hard part by creating the long form video. Now you multiply it. So here's what you can do today. Take your best performing video from the last 3 months, run it through Opus Clip or a similar tool. Let it generate 10 clips. Pick the top 3 and post them as shorts this week, then tell me how easy it is. If you're not comfortable with the vertical format videos, upload your long form to Facebook, but just make sure you have them in square format. Try not to put all your eggs on YouTube. Expand your reach while the content is still relevant. That's what big channels are doing. And finally, I got to talk about AI and automation. Big channels will tell you to do good edits, write good scripts, be creative with thumbnails, do your research, and if you don't have time, outsource it, build a team, or sign up for their $2,000 course to get the real insights. But here's what big channels are actually doing now. They're investing in AI and teaching their teams how to use it properly. They're using it for idea clustering, script polishing, and research. They're treating AI as an assistant to speed up operations, not as a shortcut, not as a lazy way out. They're using it smartly. They're also testing new AI tools for editing. The technology isn't perfect yet, but it's getting there fast. And while they wait, they're automating every repetitive task they can so that their teams can focus on the creative work that actually moves the needle. And here's my point of view. AI gets a lot of bad press. The media paints it as a lazy way out. It's like cheating or cutting corners. But that's the wrong framing. I've been using AI to brainstorm ideas and bounce concepts back and forth. When my mind is tired and foggy after a full day of work, I miss obvious patterns and trends, but AI catches while I don't. I've been using it to polish my scripts. My vocabulary is limited. I speak in long, winding sentences. AI helps me tighten the impact, sharpen the punchline, and still deliver the message I want. The main point is I still need to do the work, but AI became my assistant to help me improve. It's not always accurate, which is why I proofread everything, but it's still way faster than sitting here staring at a blank screen, wiggling my thumbs because I'm mentally exhausted. And I've started automating a lot of my repetitive tasks. That bought me time and energy so I can focus on actually building my YouTube business instead of drowning in busy work. And here's what you can do today. Pick one repetitive task in your workflow: writing video descriptions, researching, and reformatting titles, and automate it with AI. Use ChatGPT, use Claude, use whatever AI tool you want. Give yourself time to explore what you can and can't do, then measure how much time you saved. That's how you grow without burning out. So those are the 4 things big channels are doing but not really sharing. Yes, a lot of it involves AI because that's where the leverage is right now. AI is here to stay. Big channels are using it to stay ahead. Once they start selling you AI courses, you're already 2 steps behind. If you want to grow your channel, you need to do what what they're doing now, not wait 2 years for them to package it and sell it back to you. I've started building my own automations too. In fact, I built this app in under a minute. It creates a winning thumbnail based on 3 of my competitors' best performing thumbnails. Do check it out here. That's all from me. I'll see you in the next one.